Selling Sacramento. Selling Sacramento. Buying the block. Hey everyone, welcome to the show, Selling Sacramento. It is Wednesday. You're listening to 97.5 FM KDEE. I am Agent Key and I am Selling Sacramento. You know, I'm always excited about the show every Wednesday. We have two very special guests on today's show. And if you are watching us on Facebook Live, if you're watching us on YouTube, Twitter, where else are we? You know, all those special places. Periscope. Oh, yes. So it still may be on Periscope for a while. I know they're going to shut Periscope down, but Periscope is under Twitter, so it will be there as well. But go to Facebook and you will see my special guest today. We have Miss Zoritha Thompson, none other than Miss Queen Z of Goree Thompson Real Estate. She's joining us on the show today. Say hello to everybody, Z.
Hey, everybody. Thanks for tuning in.
Awesome. And then we also have Mr. Tyrone Williams. And Tyrone is I got to get his title right. He's got a lot of names and words. Name. He is in charge at the Sacramento Housing and Redevelopment Agency. I'll say that. He's the Deputy Executive Director of Development there. And we're excited to have him on the show today. Can you tell everyone hello, Mr. Williams?
Hello, and I'm glad to be here.
Awesome. And they're on the show today because we are specifically addressing the needs, in particular, of the African American community and housing needs. The housing market today, as everyone knows, if you don't know, you will find out today, it's very tight. Inventory is tight. The amount of buyers out there in proportion to the amount of inventory is outrageous. Interest rates are still very low. And pre-COVID, the African American community was at the bottom of the totem pole as it pertains to percentage of homeowners and homeownership. And so with COVID happening, with the inventory tightening up, with all of the other elements that are against us in this area, the information that we're going to be sharing today is pretty exciting. So I want to jump right into it. And I want to start by giving you all some background on both Ms. Thompson and Mr. Williams. So Zoritha is the CEO and broker of Goree Thompson Real Estate, as most of you probably already know. She's been a vet in the industry for many, many years, paving the way for people like me, and I appreciate her and highly respect her. She's been in real estate for over 30 years, and she's owned her company for over 25 years. She currently serves on the board of directors of the Sacramento Realtors Association as the treasurer and sergeant of arms for the California Association of Real Estate Brokers. So that's on the state level. And Zoritha is a presidential member, 27 consecutive qualifying years of the Sacramento Association of Realtors Masters Club. That's the top 10% of all real estate professionals in Sacramento County. She's also featured as a life member of Who's Who in America. She was named the 2019 Realtist of the Year by the Sacramento Realtors Association. And if any of you know Z, during her leisure time, she can be seen riding one of her Harley Davidson motorcycles.
That's me, AKA Biker Chick.
What's that nickname again? I envy that. And Mr. Williams, Tyrone, is the Tyrone Roderick Williams, let me do that properly, is the Deputy Executive Director of Development at the Sacramento Housing and Redevelopment Agency and Urban Revitalization Trailblazer. His development activities have been at the forefront of neighborhood transformation efforts in Boston, Houston, Atlanta, and Sacramento. He has spent the past 20 years successfully leading multi-million-dollar large-scale, comprehensive revitalization initiatives totaling over $1.5 billion. Mr. Williams directs fair housing activities and housing policy development and implementation. He also directs first-time homebuyer programs, compliance monitoring of over 1,200 single-family loans, and portfolio management of 1,300 loans totaling $321 million. In 2020, Mr. Williams was appointed to the 15-member Affordable Housing Advisory Council that provides the Federal Home Loan Bank with expert guidance on affordable housing and economic development issues and helps shape the bank's community grant and credit programs. Mr. Williams received his Bachelor of Architecture degree from Prairie View A&M, and a Master of City Planning degree from the Massachusetts Institute of Technology and a PhD from the School of Hard Knocks. Wow, those credentials are something else. I'm very impressed.
Well, I'm just glad to be in the room. That's all.
And see, Keisha, that's why we have to have Tyrone on the team, because he's the money man. He brings the money.
That's right. I was thinking the same thing. You know, just between the two of you, the fact that you are behind this program that we're going to talk about today is no surprise. So let's get down to it. And we are going to take a break in about 4 minutes. So we're going to give an overview of the program, and then we'll break and come back and dive more into it. Okay. So this is I saw that it actually has well, I don't know if it's an acronym or not, but it's $22,000. Let's just throw that out there.
Yeah, well, got the dollar amount right.
That's the dollar amount. That's the part that people are going to remember most.
Oh, okay.
All the
I'm glad that you have a 1 hour show, because we've got plenty to talk about. But this is a partnership with the Realtors Association, the Sacramento Housing and Redevelopment Agency, Union Bank, and the Federal Home Loan Bank. And we've all come together to help individuals access homeownership. And our focus is getting the word out among African Americans. That's what we want to talk about today.
Yes, and I just want to commend Tyrone, because this program was really, this money was allocated for the greater Sacramento area, because there are other areas that this program is used in, but it was underutilized in Sacramento. So this was Tyrone's brainchild to bring this program to Sacramento. So I just want to say thanks, Tyrone.
It's good to have partners who you can work with and get things accomplished.
I appreciate that too. And it's good to have people in positions who are actually doing things that are effective and impactful. And I think this program is one of them. So it's the Community Homeownership Initiative WISH program. And it says receive up to $22,000 in down payment assistance. And it says the initiative is designed with a high level of comprehensive home buyer education and counseling, financial literacy. Love that piece. Love that. First-time homebuyer workshops, down payment assistance programs, grants, and flexible mortgage products and programs for the neighborhood communities of Greater Sacramento. This is pretty awesome. I don't think people realize how big this is, but we're going to talk about it. That's why you're here today. The purpose of this initiative, this innovative initiative, is designed to increase the homeownership rate for low to moderate first-time homebuyers Greater Sacramento region. And so right there, if you're tuning in, if you want to know more about this program, should we take calls today? I think we should take some calls today. So you can either contact us through the comment section. I see we've got some folks that are commenting already on the comment section. Place a question in there for our guests on the comment section, or give us a call. You know, you got to feed me the phone number. 921-5333. Okay. I haven't said it in a long time, y'all, because I don't usually let anybody call in because we always have so much to say. But if you have a question that you'd like to ask our guest, give us a call here at the station at 916-921-5333. If he gives me the first 3 numbers, I can handle the rest. He treats me like a little sister. Anyway, so we're going to take a quick break, but when we come back, we're going to give you the meat of the program. Both Tyrone and Zoritha are going to talk about the details, how it got started, what it's all about, and where it's going. So stay tuned in, call a friend, do what you need to do, and then get right back here within 3 minutes, because we're going to be back with all the details. You're listening to 97.5 FM KDEE. I'm Agent Key, and we'll be right back.
That was a lot of words.
It was a lot of words. Okay, you
Somebody
can.
calling you already.
Is the phone ringing already? I needed to tell them. I did say, come 3 minutes. See, that's why I don't give the phone number.
You know what happened? You told them phone call before the 3 minutes.
Before I said the word 3 minutes, and they just started dialing.
And all they heard was,
Your cousins.
And
Aw.
look.
Oh, the phone is lighting up. Okay, you guys.
Oh, well,
So the other thing I'm going to show you that I'll be doing occasionally is whoever's speaking, I'm going to go to solo layout and give you that opportunity.
Look at this. Oh my gosh.
Just to give
I
you.
would hope that we.
Okay, there we go.
Look at you. Look like you at the
Just to highlight you.
Like, I got to upgrade my space here. I'm giving you a complex.
Well, you're good. You're good.
Yeah,
You're centered right. Your lighting is great. You look perfect. I can hear you. Everybody is saying. So we've got some comments that we're going to post up here every now and then, depending on what people are saying.
Okay. Oh, I can't. I don't have my glasses on.
And I would hope that we can at least explain the program before we start going to callers.
Yeah.
Because then that way we get to lay the foundation of what the program, we may answer their question.
I'm actually going to allow you to talk a lot more before we actually start taking calls. So we might be halfway through or almost 3/4 through before we take calls. Because when people call in, they like to guest star on the show.
Right.
And so we gotta minimize that. Hey,
I appreciate that.
He's watching. He said, Matthew said, here with a pen and paper ready to take advantage. Awesome. How may I learn more about this program and apply? Keep listening. Terrell said, that's my mama.
Hey, T. I see you.
That's the website to the program. Thanks for putting that in there, Z. We'll flash that back up there.
So just remind your listeners, we will be taking calls, but allow me to I'll tell you.
No, when they come and say, state your question, get off my line.
But you said you're gonna wait.
We're going to take your answer off the go. I am.
That's exactly what I don't say it directly.
I'm gonna be very.
You have to, man. Then they'll also try to use you for all the free stuff.
Right. Yeah.
Let me ask you 30 questions.
Yeah.
Please,
I'd like to talk about the program we're doing in our neighborhood.
Right.
This is not the show for that.
All the details.
Direct the question when you
I can't hear you.
Oh, I said I have all the details for the program.
Okay.
Yeah.
We got Antoine Clark in the building.
Hey, Antoine, you just closed the deal with him.
Yes. It was smooth.
Yeah, that's how we like it.
Okay, we're back, y'all. Hey everyone, we're back. You're listening to 97.5 FM KDEE. I am Agent Key, and today we are talking about $22,000. Yes, the Community Homeownership Initiative. And my special guests with me today are Miss Zoritha Thompson of Goree Thompson Real Estate and Mr. Tyrone Williams of the Sacramento Housing and Redevelopment Agency. I almost said Brother Tyrone. There's just somebody, I think I know somebody in church or something.
I got the face that everybody's got a friend, an uncle, a brother. I'm just, so I make friends very easily. So I'm okay being Brother T.
Okay, because it may slip out again. But let's talk more about this program because we've got people tuning in and we've got people already in the comment section and phone calls. And just to let you know, when we do start taking phone calls, I'm going to ask that you state your question and we will answer it after you hang up. So you got to quickly state your question, get right to the point, and then hang up and we'll answer it while you're off the line, but you can still be listening on the air. So just to let you know, because we got to keep the program flowing. So we want to get into the Community Homeownership Initiative and talk about exactly what that is. And so I'd like to first ask you, Tyrone, what is the Community Homeownership Initiative?
Well, the Community Homeownership Initiative is a partnership among partners to help assist home buyers accessing down payment and closing cost assistance. The partners consist of SHRA, the Sacramento Housing and Redevelopment Agency, the Sacramento Realtors Association, Union Bank, and the Federal Home Loan Bank of San Francisco. All three of us are working collaboratively together to do three things. To provide free workshops where information is being shared, and I'll let Z go into detail on some of the details of that. But the other side of that is access to, as you have already mentioned, through the Federal Home Loan Bank of San Francisco, up to $22,000 for down payment and closing cost assistance. Union Bank is our lender who's working with the Federal Reserve Bank funds and other resources to provide resources, and they have up to $6,000 grant available. So if you could check all of the boxes, you really could get up to $28,000. And the program is really targeted primarily for people who are at 80% area median income or below. However, we do have opportunities for people who exceed that. And 80% area median income is about $69,000 a year for a family of four. But our goal is really to, over this month of March, to have free virtual webinars and seminars with information on how to do everything that you need to do to access these resources. And that's what I'm glad about, because when you look at Black home ownership rates in Sacramento and across the country, we are so far behind. And home ownership is one of the major tools for wealth generation. And so our goal in this partnership is to open up a opportunity for not only home ownership, but wealth generation that extends to our family and family members. That's what our initiative is about.
And why are you launching this program now?
There's no better time than right now. I got appointed to the Federal Home Loan Bank of San Francisco's Housing Advisory Council in October. And I asked them, and so this is a program that's been available for decades. It's just not come to Sacramento.
Wow.
And so when I found out about it, I said, well, tell me what's going on in the Sacramento region. You know, how many loans have you done here? And it was dismal. It was 4 in 5 years. But when you look at the Bay Area, when you look at Los Angeles, when you look at San Diego, Fresno, they've been hundreds of people have benefited from this fund. And so I reached out and to a number of institutions, connected with Union Bank, who has been just phenomenal. Mr. Michael Jackson and the whole team at Union Bank has joined in, and the way the Federal Reserve, the Federal Home Loan Bank works is that it is a bank that loans money to member banks. So you have to be a member. And so we had to find a member bank, and there are numerous member banks here in Sacramento, but none of them chose to access this program to bring these funds to Sacramento. But Union Bank stepped up. And then what can I say about the Realtors? They jumped in with both feet, and that's how we formed this partnership. So
that's a great segue to my next question.
Good work together.
Peter, I did want to comment also, because you asked the question, why did we launch it now? And this is very, very important, because the money is going to be available on the 1st of April. Of April. So it was important for us to launch the informational campaign to make sure that people had the information and they needed to do what they can do to access the capital coming April the 1st. And that's the reason why we launched the program now ahead of time with the 4 webinars.
Now, while we have you, Z, tell us a little bit about the Realtors involvement. What's their role in this program, Sacramento Realtors?
Okay, that's a great question. And I want to say that because even though I have all my Goree and Thompson stuff on and everything, I'm actually here representing the Sacramento Realtors Association. And for those of you that don't know what the Sacramento Realtors Association is, we are an African-American trade association. Our national organization was established back in 1947 because at that time we were not allowed to be a realtor. So we had to form our own organization out of necessity. And so our creed is democracy and housing. So anything that has to do with our folks getting a fair shake and a fair information on purchasing a home, then that's what we're all about. And that's why we find that this information right here is vital. I mean, we're talking about $22,000. That can help out a lot. So that's the reason why the Sacramento Realtors Association is we're all in it. In it.
How will that down payment assistance help borrowers?
It can help borrowers by providing the down payment, because you have your down payment that you have to put down. There's also closing costs. And in some instances, they may be able to buy the interest rate down a little bit to maybe get a lower rate. So to qualify for more of a house. And that can come into play with the prices that we have right now.
And you just mentioned something about buying down the interest rate. Can we talk a little bit about the market just from your perspective and what you're experiencing? Tell people, because there are a lot of people that are in the chat right now that are interested in this program, interested in becoming buyers. And our phone lines were lit up a couple of minutes ago with people wanting to call in. So what is it that they can anticipate expecting with this current market? What's going on?
That's a great question, Keisha, because, I've been in real estate for 30 years. I know I don't look like it, but anyway. But anyway, and this is the lowest inventory I have seen in my 30 years. I think we're at a 0.07 supply of homes. And so we're bringing this information out because time is of the essence. The program is going to start on April the 1st. But as you get qualified and you're looking for a home, it's going to take some endurance and it's going to take some perseverance because there's not a lot of inventory out there. And I think that's the message that Keisha wanted me to kind of display, that you have to be patient, but you have to be diligent at the same time, and you have to keep going, because a lot of times if people go out, a buyer might go out and they're thinking they're going to find their dream home on the first try. It's not happening like that. You may have to write a couple offers, but in the end, the reward is the best.
Yeah, I know for a lot of our buyers, we're kind of prefacing the whole buyer experience with, you might be in this for 2 or 3 months just looking for a property. And that's the kind of endurance that you have to have. And we may be writing back-to-back offers and you might fall in love 20 times. Oh, I love this property. Don't give up falling in love, but it gets a little bit discouraging. It really does. And I empathize with the buyers. But, I think we're averaging maybe 15 offers or more before an offer gets accepted.
Yes, that is happening.
For you to say that this is the lowest amount of inventory you've witnessed in your years, that's just mind blowing, because I've only been in it for half the time that you've been in it. And from what I'm seeing, just last year, if we look at the stats, so I've got a market snapshot for January. We don't have February stats out yet, but active inventory in January 2020, active inventory was 1,325 homes. And I got to preface that by saying, even last year, we were experiencing low inventory. Mm-hmm. So 1,325 was low. But guess what it was January this year? 719.
Even lower.
Yes. I saw an agent post and she said there are only 24 available homes listed for sale in the Elk Grove area last month. 24 homes. I know some agents that used to list 24 homes on their own. You know,
Yeah.
you being one of them.
Those are the good days.
So this is just really bananas. So this program is even more timely because what it's taking is we've got that influx of buyers from the Bay. We got a lot of competition coming in here. Those Bay Area buyers are coming in with cash. So this program is great because it gives these buyers a $22,000 cash infusion. Am I wrong?
Yeah, it gives them an edge.
So Tyrone.
And I want to just kind of share, so some people listening to the conversation may go, wow, this may be really challenging. But the good news is that we're giving you the information you need to prepare. Even if somebody's listening or watching and you even think at some point in your life you may be a homeowner, we want you to sign up for the workshops because information that you put into practice is power. And so while everyone may not be in a position to write a contract on a home right now, if you're one of those people who need some time to get some things straight, now that we formed this partnership, every year that these funds are available, we're going to be actively engaged in lining up prospective buyers to take advantage. Sacramento will no longer be left out of the opportunity. So this is not the end of an opportunity. This is the beginning of opportunities. And so I want to kind of add a little sunshine to those who may be feeling like, they may not be ready for the race. But, I'm here to say, and even if in the past you've owned a home and for whatever reason, you no longer own that home. If you haven't owned a home in the last 3 years, for the purposes of this program, you're considered a first-time home buyer. So this may be your opportunity to rebound from past situations. Let's just put it like that.
That's great.
Because we know that in the Great Recession hit a lot of good people hard and left a lot of bad taste in people's mouths about the possibility of ever getting back into a home. But I'm here to encourage those who need a second go-round, that this program still has an opportunity for you.
See, now you're about to make me call you Brother Tyrone because you're preaching now. And because that is so true. There are so many people still right now today that are still recovering from what happened with the fallout. And to your point that you were making about the funds and the length of the program, we have Ms. Denisha asking, will the program be around for a specific time or until the money runs out? Can you answer that?
I yield to Z.
Well, it will be around until the money runs out. There's a certain amount of money that is allocated. I did want to go back to Tyrone's point too, because Keisha, you and I know we work with a lot of buyers. They weren't ready at the time that they came. And then we worked with them, and then even a year, I've worked with a buyer 2 years later, they were ready to purchase.
Right.
But my point is that a lot of times people say, I want to buy a house, and they procrastinate and they let the time go by, and they never really look into getting the information. Well, like Tyrone said, this is your chance to start. You have to start somewhere. So start with these webinars that we're doing to find out what it is you need to do to get yourself in position. And like he said, if you're not ready this year, hey, you'll be ready way ahead of time if you start now for next year. So I love that point, Tyrone. Thank you.
And Z, you brought up April. So tell exactly what's going to happen in April. Why is it important that what are we gearing up for?
Tyrone, what are we gearing up for?
Well, we're gearing up to be first in line.
Okay.
So the Federal Home Loan Bank serves the whole state of California, Nevada, and Arizona. And so they have, they will be announcing this month the amount of funds that they have available for their region. Then as these mortgages are presented to them, you kind of get a reservation. But it's on a first come, first served basis. So if we don't have a pool of funds just for Sacramento, we're competing with a pool of funds that's been set aside for their district. So that's to Z's point, that's why we wanted to get ahead in March, get people informed so that those of you who are ready to begin to look for a home soon will be able to do that and get ahead of every year they run out of money. So this year we don't anticipate that being any different. What we do anticipate this year is that some folks from Sacramento are going to be able to say, we got a chance to participate in the program.
So are you saying that the money replenishes itself each year?
Each year there's a different allocation. So yes. Okay. So this program has been going on for almost 2 decades now. So as I shared, this is not new to others. It's just
new to us.
Partnership has presented the opportunity here in Sacramento.
So that run out part means that for this year, it's going to run out. So you need to be first in line if you're trying to do something this year. Otherwise, you'll end up having to try to be first in line next year.
Yes.
Okay. And the website that Z posted, www.sactochi.com, SACTOCHI.com is where they would go to sign up for the virtual workshops.
Yes, and we have 4 separate workshops, so you can attend any one of the 4. There's one tonight. It's almost full, so if you want to sign up, you need to sign up as soon as possible. We have one on March the 13th, which is a Saturday from 10:30 to 12. Then March the 17th, which is a Wednesday from 6 p.m. to 7:30, and March the 27th, which is a Saturday from 10:30 to 12. So just pick the dates, go to the website. It's real simple. You click on the date and then it'll register you and you'll receive the Zoom link. It's a Zoom meeting the day of the webinar.
Okay. And then I want to repeat the website again. It's SACTOCHI.com, and CHI stands for Community Homeownership Initiative. Is that correct?
That is correct.
Okay. And then Tyrone, what do you hope to achieve through this program?
There's really 3 things. First, we hope to achieve get the word out to the Black community that there is help and there's hope. Number 1. Number 2, we want to inform our community of the issues and processes and procedures for being able to get a mortgage. You may come from a home, or there may be people who've never owned a home before and are completely oblivious to the whole process. And this is an opportunity to walk you through each step of the process so that you can make a intelligent decision about how do you want to move forward. That's number 2. Number 3, we want to get some people into some homes. This is not an academic exercise. We are committed to seeing people achieve their dream of home ownership. And those are the 3 things that I want to see get out of this program.
Perfect. And I'm thinking about I'm looking at the comments and I know that you've answered some of these already. Someone asked, when will the webinars begin? Z, you said there is one tonight, right?
Yes, there's one tonight. If you go to the website, it will have the actual dates on there, and then you can pick the date that's more convenient for you.
Okay. We're going to take a break. Is that what you're telling me to do?
No.
What do you?
I was telling the phone is ringing again.
Oh, okay. So we need a sign for the phone and a sign for when you're trying to tell me to go.
When I'm pointing over here.
When you point like that? Okay. Okay, I'm sorry. So if you were trying to call, I did say that you could call and ask Z or Tyrone a question. And the number here is 916-921 5333. Is that the phone line right there?
Yeah.
It's ringing now. I'm ready. Do I need to put my headphones on?
No.
Oh, 97.5. I do need to put the headphones on. 97.5. Hi, Eric. I can hear you, but it barely. Can we turn them up a little bit or turn them on in the station?
No, I'm gonna turn you up.
I'm going to have. I can't hear him in the station. I can hear him on the headset.
Oh, you should be able to hear me too.
No. Do I need to unplug him? Eric, go ahead and state your question, and I'll reiterate it to our guest. He's in escrow and he's getting ready to close. So let me reiterate that again. So he's not in escrow. He's been pre-qualified, and he's going to put down 10%. But he has not made an offer on a property, and it's not been accepted yet. He's not in escrow.
Everything is in the final stage, so I guess he is.
So, okay. So if he's purchasing new home construction, and he's already got he's already in contract with them, then he is in escrow if his loan is processing. Was your question pertaining to whether or not he could apply for this program to use it for his new home construction purchase? So let me ask our guest, if someone is already in escrow, are they eligible to apply for the program?
Well, the answer to the question would be, first of all, when is he scheduled to close? Because one, the program is not going to launch until April the 1st. And if he's, oh, go ahead. We're going to talk to him or?
Yeah, he heard you. He said, oh, okay. Because he said he's closing this month. Is that right? Yeah, he's closing.
Okay, so if he's closing this month, he probably will not be able to use the program. But if there is someone else out there, until it closes, depending on, like when you buy a new house, sometimes the closing won't be for 60 days.
Mm-hmm.
In that type of circumstances, if he's in escrow and he talks to the WISH program lender, which would be Union Bank, and they can work it out in that time frame, then it is possible he can switch. But he doesn't look like he would be a good candidate for that right now because he's closing at the end of the month.
That is an excellent question. Even though it may not benefit your son, your question actually benefited a lot of other people who might be listening. So I appreciate the call. Thank you so much. Bye-bye. You're welcome. So that was a great question. So for anyone who's listening who is in escrow and it's not closing until after April, this is still something they may be able to take advantage of.
Depending on their circumstance, yes. And if they qualify for the program.
So that leads me to the other question I was going to ask you, but go ahead, Tyrone. I see that you're trying to say something.
Well, I just want to reiterate that the $22,000 is available for individuals who have an income of 80% of the area median income or below. Now, so if you are a family of four and you make $69,000 or less, then you are eligible for, and you meet all the other qualifications, but for the mortgage side, but you are income eligible at that point. However, if you make more than that, we still have other opportunities, but it's not the $22,000. We just want to be clear so that everybody who's on, watching or listening is very clear. To get the down payment of 22, you need to be a family of four at 29,000 or less.
29,000.
No, 69,000.
I'm sorry, 69,000 or less.
I was gonna say that's a whole.
Thank you.
Like you just eliminated a lot of people.
No, don't hang up, y'all. Look,
I wanted.
we got it corrected.
What is the area median income?
The area median income is this, what was it, 80 for a family of four?
It was like 83,200, but the qualifying income is the 69,000, Keisha. That is 80%
So
of it.
that's the number. Okay. So,
Yeah.
so for those listening, you know how much you make annually. And if you cap at 69,000 or less, then you may be eligible if you qualify in other areas. But that's the starting point. 69,000. And does it
For a
have to
family
be a
of
family of
four.
four?
For a
Yeah.
family of four. Mhm.
So-
And
Go ahead.
I just want to say that, that's the reason why it's very important to attend the webinar, because the webinars we're going to bring the experts. Like, I'm not the lender, I'm the agent, and Tyrone's not the lender, but the lender's going to be there with the specific requirements, so that you know exactly what it is. And I think that's really important that people attend to get the exact information.
So some of these specific questions that are popping up, like Shanika is asking, if you're a family of one, what's the maximum income you're allowed? So you're saying that kind of question can get answered during the webinar.
Yes.
So we do have another question here where she's asking, is this only for Sacramento County residents?
Our target is Sacramento County, but there is the possibility that other residents who go through Union Bank could participate in the program.
Okay. And then the question that I had, we ultimately started asking is, what are the requirements? So I just want to reiterate that the biggest requirement that we're stating so far is that 69,000 income cap for a family of four. Is there anywhere that they can go online to see what these other qualifications are, or is that information only being provided during the webinar?
Well, there will be links to the WISH program that has those qualifications. And then we also have links to Union Bank and their programs. So even if you just go to the website first, and on the website, you can see the links to the other information, as well as sign up for the virtual workshops.
Yes.
Okay. And I'm sorry, go ahead, Z.
Oh, I said everything's on there. There's actual links to the Federal Home Loan Bank of San Francisco.
And I just posted the website again. I'll say it for our listeners. It's www.sactochi.com, SACTOCHI.com. We're going to take a break. I'm getting the look. And when we come back, we are going to finish out. And if you have any calls, I'll be looking at the call board this time, and we'll take your calls so that they can be answered by Z and Tyrone. You're listening to 97.5 FM KDEE. I'm Agent Key, and we'll be right back.
Time goes fast, huh?
It does. I'm just sitting here looking at the corner like, oh my gosh, we only got. So when we come back from break, we'll have about 5 minutes or so, 43.
And I want to conclude with, we have, I know this is a home buying program, but I just want to put the word out that our agency is administering the Sacramento Rental Assistance Program. If anybody is behind in their rent, we have, I'll just want to say they can go to our website, and right there on the home page is all the information that they'll need. But home ownership is one goal, but we got a whole lot of people struggling, and we can help them too.
That is exactly what I typically like to use the end of the show for, is for our guests to talk about any other incentives that they might have going on, anything that you have going on, Z, with Goree and Thompson, anything the Realtors might have coming up, anything that you want to put out there. So we'll use that time for that and just kind of reiterate the show, the purpose, and that people need to get on board with it. Okay. Let's see here. Did we get all the questions? I think so. Hey, everybody. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you all for watching. Those of you who are posting questions and interacting, we appreciate you, and we appreciate all of you who are watching and are not hosting questions, that you're getting this information. Make sure you tell a friend, make sure you share it to your pages. This is how we increase homeownership in the African American community. We have to help each other with this information and disseminate the information. Yes. Oh, wow. Thank you, Tisha. Did I say that right?
I lived in Atlanta for 10 years. Look, I'm missing Powder Springs, Georgia.
Yeah, you must be from Atlanta because I ain't never heard of Powder Springs.
Somebody from Atlanta knows it.
That's right. So we have a question for you, Z.
Yes.
Does the assistance include the purchase of townhomes in the Sacramento area?
Yes, it does. It includes townhomes, condos, single-family residences, duplexes, triplexes, fourplexes. Whatever you want to buy, we'll sell. No, just kidding.
She said, okay, good. I pronounced it right.
Thank you.
Thank you for tuning in all the way from the ATL. Hey. So to Joel's question also, so that means that there is no, it's whatever property you want.
As long as it's owner occupied.
Owner occupied, okay. Oh, yeah. Look what she said about Powder Springs.
Very good.
Okay, we are coming back.
Oh, I thought we were on the air.
No, talking like that.
I was wondering.
Oh, is that you're like, oh, she's getting real loose with it. No. Hey, everyone, we're back. You're listening to 97.5 FM KDEE. I am Agent Key. We are Selling Sacramento and wrapping up today's show. The segment has been about the $22,000 grant that's being sponsored by Sacramento Housing and Redevelopment Agency, as well as the Sacramento Realtors Association. And our guest on today's show is Ms. Zoritha Thompson with Goree Thompson Real Estate, representing Sacramento Realtors, and Mr. Tyrone Williams with the Sacramento Housing and Redevelopment Agency. And they have given us details and information about the grant program. And I just want to reiterate the website that you need to go there. Time is of the essence. That's the number one thing that we've learned about this program today. There is only so much money being allocated every year. The money is going to get disseminated starting in April. Is that correct, Z?
Yes.
Yep. And you want to go to sactochai.com to register for the webinars. There are 4 of them, and you must register for one of the 4. You must attend to get the information you need. And that's www.sactochi.com. And the CHI stands for Community Homeownership Initiative. I had to pull up my paperwork. So the $22,000 starts in April. Register for the webinar. One of the main qualifiers is 80% income of the area median, 80% of the area median income, which is $69,000 for a family of 4. If you have any other specific questions that you need to know, that's why you need to get on with the webinar. And before we close out, Zoritha or Tyrone, do you have any other thoughts that you want to leave us with regarding the program? And then anything that you'd like to tell us that SHRA is working on, Goree Thompson Real Estate is working on, and the Sacramento Realtors?
Yes, I want to thank the listeners for listening. And sometimes when we hear about these things, it may not apply to you, but if you have a relative or a family member or a coworker that needs to buy a house or is looking for a home, send them to the webinars. Just disseminate the information, because a lot of times we don't get the information. Like Tyrone said, this program's been around for decades, and we're just now really hearing about it. So it's important to spread the word. Today, I'm representing the Sacramento Realtors Association, so I got to give a shout out to the Realtors. We are trying to make the Realtors name a household name. We have a program that we're working on for those of you that may be interested in a career in real estate. We're working on a scholarship program. So listen for those details. And I got to give a shout out to my Goree Thompson family too. I hope you guys see me. I look cute.
Yes, you do. We know, we see Terrell is watching. He done chimed in a few times.
Thank you, though. And I want to thank Keisha for her wonderful show. I just have to say, Keisha is so organized and very, very impressive. And I thank you for having us on the show, Keisha.
It's been my pleasure. I'm honored to have you both here. Yes.
And I just want to share, I know that we talked about home ownership today, but at SHRA, the Sacramento Housing and Redevelopment Agency, we have an initiative called the SARA program, the Sacramento Emergency Rental Assistance Program. If you know anyone who is behind on their rent due to a decrease in income related to COVID-19, you need to ask them to go to shra.org. shra.org. One more time, shra.org. We're launching a new program where we are helping home renters, as well as if you are renting a house and the person who's living in your house is behind in rent. Either the renter can apply for the funds or the landlord can apply. Go to shra.org, and right there on the homepage, you can click and see how to access all the information and resources that you need. At SHRA, we're changing lives and we're here to help. And thank you so much for allowing me to be on this. And you are a phenomenal hostess. So thank you.
I appreciate it. I appreciate you both. And I got to tell you about that program that Z was talking about. Thank you for the information about the rental assistance. On this show, we talk about housing, not just buying and selling, but all of it. So it was timely, it was appropriate, and any other information that you might have as it pertains to housing, as it pertains to financial literacy, as it pertains to us, feel free, hit me up, say, Keisha, let me come talk about this. And I'll, yes, whatever we do, we'll move to have you on it. So don't worry. And I want to talk about the program that Z had mentioned about the Black Real Estate Agent Program through the California Association of Real Estate. Actually, it's national, right? National Association.
No. You're talking about the scholarship program we're coming up with, local? Yeah. Well, that's something that the Sacramento Realtors is putting on.
Oh, so it's separate.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's even better. So the Realtors will have a local scholarship program. And then on a national level, I just received information that they are doing a program where they are basically working to increase the number of Black real estate agents in America. And so I'm really super excited about that for a couple of reasons, because it's something that I've been touting for a long time, that we've got to increase the number of Black real estate agents to effectively impact that number of Black home ownership, because people buy from who they're comfortable with. Yes. You can say all day long you're not prejudiced, but when it comes down to you deciding which contract you're going to choose, the listing agent is persuasive and the seller has control. And the listing agent can persuade the seller. So we need more Black agents in real estate. So if you go to the National Association of Real Estate Brokers website, you can find that information. And then also check out the Realtors website. What is the website?
SacramentoRealtors.com. SacramentoRealtors.com.
Go to SacramentoRealtors.com. Get involved, you all. This organization is for us, by us, to improve us. So we've got to get involved. If you are not connected, this is how you get connected. This is how you get to the Tyrones. This is how you get to the Zorithas. And you can't get to it by playing games. There is a path that's already been carved out. Don't come at people trying to come with what you trying to do that's all brand new. No, there's a way that is being done. So you get on board with how it's being done so that you can get in there. Then when you get your leadership position, then you come with your new stuff, but don't come with your new stuff. And don't look at you sideways like, what? That's not part of the process. So I'm just trying to keep it real to save you time to get you into the system. If you want to get in here and you want to create change and you want to be about the change, get involved. SacramentoRealtors.com.
Yep. That's us.
National Association of Real Estate Brokers, California Association of Real Estate Brokers. Search all of those on the Facebook pages as well, and you'll find that information. I found out about this program because a couple of aspiring agents reached out to me over the past couple of days saying, hey, I'm part of this National Association of Real Estate Brokers program, and I got to find a mentor. And I found you on the Realtors page. So if you're an agent, and you better get, if you are, do you have to be African American to be a Realtors? No, right?
No, we don't discriminate. We work with everybody.
Work with everybody. So we had to put that out there. However, if you are African American and you are a real estate agent, you also need to be a Realtors.
That's right.
And so that you can put yourself in a position to pass it down. When you get to the time where you are ready to retire and get out of the game, you are responsible for passing on what you know to the next generation that's coming up. And so get involved so that you can get connected, so that you can help move things forward, so that we can actually be part of the solution now, y'all. This is our time. 2020, we sat back looking and the doors started getting kicked open and the ceiling started falling down. 2021, we got to be about that work, y'all. It's time to get to work. Brother Tyrone, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
Sister Zoritha.
Thank you. I actually enjoyed it. It was fun.
Thank you both. I know you're super busy, so we're not going to keep you. My engineer is about to be super proud because it's 1:56 and this is going to be the first time I finish on time. Look at him turning his head. Thank you all for listening, for tuning in, and for your phone calls. Take that information and make yourself become a homeowner. And remember, if you are doing what you were created to do, I will see you at the top.
Right.
Thank you.
Oh, wow.
Oh,
Y'all are awesome. Thank you so much.
I learned so much about what can be done here. This is wonderful.
Oh, the technology side.
Yeah, I love it. Oh my goodness.
It's actually pretty user friendly. So, and I've used a few of them, including, Zoom, but I like this because it looks really professional and clean.
Yeah.
You can customize it. It's very super user friendly. So if you get a chance to play around with it, it's a good one if you're looking for a tool.
Okay.
All right, Keisha, thank you. I got to get ready for the seminar tonight. These people are blowing me up right now.
All right, you guys, we'll see you next time. Take care.
Thank you very much.